Howdy, folks, and welcome to another edition of DEADPIT Live. I'm the Creepy Kentuckian. Hello.
Yeah, my fucking internet. It's not gonna hold up. Hold on. Let me go out and I'll come back in and you all do your thing and I'll try to get
He's skipping. His internet's skipping.
Yeah.
There is a massive storm going on right now, snowstorm, ice storm, and everything, and it's ongoing. So, yeah.
Be back.
But welcome everybody. Like I said, we're in the middle of the winter storm of 2026 here in Eastern Kentucky, and the hills, the snow, the ice, and the internet don't go well together. But hopefully, we can still make this work because this man is known for his peacocking all the way in sunny Southern California. Welcome back after 3 years. Sean Clark, what's going on, man?
Just, checking out my plumage and peacocking, doing what I do. I like the image you made of me that looked nothing like me.
Well, there was two of them. I'll send you the other one. The other one looked less like you, I think.
One of them, somebody said I looked like Eddie Van Halen. That was a good one. I was sitting there trying to figure out who I looked like. I was thinking more maybe Timothy Oliphant, a la Scream 2. But I don't know. I forgot what the hell I was going to say.
There's the other one. I don't know if you can see it too well.
Okay, that looks more like me.
You think so? Okay.
I think maybe that one looks more like me. The other one looked weird.
Maybe I'll change it out then.
Who cares? I mean, maybe for the thumbnail for this.
What do you think about all this AI stuff, though, that's been...
Not a fan.
You're not at all?
No. I mean, it's not for art. I mean, when it comes to art, it's taken away a lot of work from artists, I mean, I get it, but I don't know. What I hate is all the bullshit stuff that people keep posting, especially these dumb selfie videos where they're, with dead celebrities and shit. And it's just like, what is this crap? I don't know.
They're shaking
I'm
hands
not a
with
fan
each
of
other
it.
and all that. I mean, I think it's going to get to the level, though, because it's grown so much in just a couple of years, the technology, where they're going to probably outlaw it. I could see that happening.
I could see that happening. I mean, Jesus. I mean, it's even like the AI porn looks real.
Well, that's what's going to happen, right?
Those poor porn stars are going to be out of work.
But they're going to put like Scarlett Johansson in there or something like that, and that'll be the end of it.
Oh,
right?
That shit's already happening. That's already happened.
I haven't looked, so.
Yeah, no, this is just what I'm hearing.
Okay, cool.
On the streets.
But already got close to 200 people in here. So
I just sent out a thing saying I'm live, so I'm sure the numbers are going to just skyrocket.
Appreciate it. As Uncle Bill's working on his internet, he's back. Welcome, Uncle Bill.
I don't know. Will it work? Will it not work?
It's working. You sound good.
We see you. We hear you.
Let's see what happens. Let's fucking roll the dice.
All right, so we'll go ahead and get rolling here. Somebody's asking about somebody already, but we'll get to her. I don't know if we're.
I know that one's coming. I know that one's coming.
But last time we had you on was nearly
save that for the finale.
Yeah, that'd be a good final topic for sure. The Tony Moran show, for some reason, like we were talking before, it seems like it's been longer than 3 years ago, but that whole podcast thing that happened with him, and then he's on Cameo, but other than that, he's kind of just went away. You don't hear anything about Tony Moran hardly anymore. Or, unfortunately, Fancy Nancy.
Well, it seems like a bad business decision if your only thing in the world is Halloween to make your arch enemy the guy who kind of has a hold on the Halloween world and the convention thing. And that also can go for his girlfriend who is her only thing is Scream. And it's like, hey, you guys should probably be doing the opposite, like kissing some ass instead of talking some shit. But to be fair, I've never had any interactions with Fancy Nancy, never spoken to her, zero anything to do with her. So it's just, I know that they're a couple, so I'm sure she thinks I'm the devil too. So
That's all good. Poor Fancy Nancy. I think they're still together. I believe that he is living with her, if I'm not mistaken, from what I've heard. Somewhere.
It must be a really big rehab center. I don't know. Wherever the hell they're at.
It's
But they should both be in one based on that video. Jesus Christ. But I don't know. For all we know, they could have got clean. Who knows? I'm not gonna talk out of school because I haven't seen or heard from them, and I'm quite grateful. If I got the obituary notice anytime soon, that would just be like, the I guess a little early birthday gift. I don't know.
Have you checked out his Cameo yet? Have you got yourself a Cameo from him? He's on there.
I should. That's a good idea.
It would be funny. It would be funny if somebody got me one as a gag. You know what I mean?
We're going to do it.
We actually thought about it. Yeah.
To be fair, at least I think he's like $40 or $50 for a Cameo. Some of these other ones are like, and what are they on there for 30 or 40 seconds? Like $100 to $150 or something.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even really know Cameo was still a thing. That was some, COVID era shit. Well, it was funny is I completely thought Cameo was lame and wouldn't do anything with them until COVID hit. And then it was like, well, we are all stuck at home. So now it doesn't seem quite as lame. It's a way for a celebrity to interact with a fan. So I did get a few of my clients to sign up for it, like Nick Castle and Meatloaf at the time. There was just a couple. But, the problem is with Cameo is as the agent, I don't know if you know how this works, but if I sign up, like, for example, Meatloaf, when I signed up Meatloaf, they only give you a percentage, and it comes out of their percent, not out of the celebrity's percent. They give you a percentage on each one for only 12 months. Now, once the 12 months is up, that celebrity can keep doing it forever and making money, and you get shit. So I talked to the guy who runs Cameo, and he's trying to get me to get all my people to do it. And I go, dude, unless you can change that policy, why would I? It's not worth it to get them to do this shit to make you money forever, but I get cut out of it. So I basically don't deal with them.
I don't blame you, greedy bastards.
I mean, it's like, people are constantly hitting me up asking for interviews with clients. It's like, dude, I ain't got time to do that. You're asking me to do you a favor, basically. I don't have nothing to do with setting up interviews. I book people into conventions. If I spent all day setting up interviews, I can barely keep up with my job as it is. So
yeah, you're globetrotting everywhere, peacocking and globetrotting since like 2006.
That's what I do.
Japan. You went to Japan recently. I was going to ask you about that too.
Before I forget though, Matthew Hoare is a gigantic Burning fan, and you are still repping Lou David, right?
Yeah, I have tried to get Lou to a couple shows in the past 2 years, and he committed twice and health issues. He's 90. It's
wow. Okay.
I'm starting to get to the point where I don't think he's going to get out there ever again. I just hate to say it. But it's funny is mentally he's all there and he's got a great sense of humor. He's funny every time I talk to him on the phone, but he's just having some health issues, and his wife is too, apparently, which is making it even harder because they're both dealing with stuff. So, but he did tell me, like, if I wanted to send him a bunch of stuff to sign, for like, to sell or whatever, that I could do that. I don't really have time to do that, but maybe I will just have him do some stuff just to have for people that never get a chance to meet him. I don't know,
Yeah, he didn't do too many shows though, did he? Only a handful, I think, right?
I think he probably over the whole time we worked together, maybe 6, and that's over like 10 years, you know. So not a lot. Just not a big demand for The Burning. I mean, the just in the last few years, that movie has suddenly seemed to get a little bit of a cult following more than previously. I don't know, but no official action figure, you know, no official mask. I don't think there's no real merch except for T-shirts, you know.
Maybe someday. But Uncle Bill's talking about you just, what was it, a few weeks ago you come back from Japan, had a tour over there?
Yeah, there was just a convention. It was a convention. I went over there for Tokyo Comic Con. I had Norman Reedus, John Bernthal, and Sean Patrick Flannery there. Johnny Depp was there, his first convention.
I have to ask you about that. I mean, there's a picture of you and him together. I saw that, and I mean, did you have any kind of like interactions with him other than that picture, or do you?
No, the situation was weird because the convention forked out insane money to get him, right? And his commitment, he was completely oblivious to how it works, and he wasn't going to rush people. So he was going slow as hell, and they were stressing. They were stressing so hard. So like they're like, nobody talk to him, nobody go near him, you know, but I was able to, I knew the guy that booked him, and he was like, just go in real quick and, you know, you can get your picture. They got a few things signed for me. I wasn't in there when it happened, but I just went in to get my picture thinking I was just going to be clicked and pushed out. He actually like, hey, nice to meet you. You know, oh yeah, hey, are you having a good time? He's like, you know, he starts talking to me, and I'm like, oh, my buddy's looking at me, man, like, don't talk to him, you know.
Yeah.
What's funny about Johnny Depp, I don't know if you realize this, he has family in Eastern Kentucky, and every once in a blue moon, he'll come here to visit family or go to a funeral or something like that. But as soon as the word gets out, he's gone. So nobody, unless you're in that inner circle, and we're talking like up at the head of nowhere in Eastern Kentucky, like Elkhorn City, I think is where some of his family's from. So I always thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
What the hell? Somebody said get Johnny Depp. What would we talk to Johnny Depp about? Maybe like Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, other than that, it'd be like, yeah.
Ed Wood. Come on. Ed Wood.
Yeah, Edward Scissorhands would be a good one too.
Sleepy Hollow.
Amber Heard.
Sweeney Todd. He's got horror credits. Corpse Bride. Was he in Elm Street 6 also? Was it 6?
Briefly. Yeah, that was the one that had all the cameos. There's a bunch of cameos in that. Who's your most popular client right now? Is it still Norman Reedus?
I think Lillard surpassed him.
Oh, wow.
Matthew Lillard he's kind of become the new Norman. And you know, I mean, Norman doesn't really do many shows anymore. I mean, he's been, I mean, he may start coming out again now that the Walking Dead thing's finally done. But who knows? I mean, Bruce Dickinson was pretty popular. Oh, that was I mean, Ozzy was probably the biggest, you know, there for a minute. So, you know, I only worked with him so many times before he passed. But yeah, a lot of people don't know that the weekend after the final concert, we did a convention in Manchester, England.
Oh God, I didn't know.
Yeah, a lot of people, because they kind of make it like a fairy tale ending, like he does his final his final performance and then goes home and passes away quietly. Well, no, the weekend after that, I was there in Manchester. We stayed the whole week, did Manchester Comic-Con with the whole family. He did 2 days. Then 9 days after that, he passed away.
What was his state like at that convention then? I mean,
he was great.
Yeah,
I think he was better than ever. I mean, it was a heart attack, you know. It wasn't. He wasn't like some weird, like in decline. I mean, in fact, I brought in I had Randy Blythe from Lamb of God and Scott and Frankie from Anthrax. They were at that show. Like they stayed for the whole week as well. Same with Sid from Slipknot, but he's with Kelly, so he was going to stay anyway. But I had all them appear at that same Comic-Con, and I brought them in, Frankie, Scott, and Randy, in to talk with Ozzy, because Ozzy had his own private green room and stuff, and I brought them in to hang out, like during lunch or something, and they were hanging out, talking with him and stuff. And I remember we walked out, and Randy said, "Damn," he goes, "he's doing good, man. I think we're gonna have him around for a while." I mean, that was the impression everybody had. Like, man, he's really doing well, you know. Like the concert, like reinvigorated him, you know. But
he sounded great too. My God, like his voice was, all things considered, was great.
Yeah, that show was amazing, man. I mean, just being there was pretty magical, man. I mean, it was like that was an event. I mean, I'm so glad I went.
Yeah, the weird thing about that show is there was like so many good performances that I never thought, would happen the way that they set the show up. Because on paper it doesn't look like it would be, it would work, but it like almost everything worked on that show from the stuff that I saw. They had the.
Would you think like of all those people listed that Youngblood would be the one who'd really steal the show? No. I mean, and he did. When you saw it, I mean, you could feel it, man. It was like you were like seeing something special, And I think he's okay. I mean, but that particular song was perfect for him, and the way he commanded the crowd and just the moment and the way everybody was feeling, it was like the perfect storm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I saw him do Crazy Train later at some other thing, and I didn't think it was that good. So, but whatever.
And as far as getting like the contacts for these guys, is this something that you ever, like Ozzy, Bruce Dickinson, guys like that, saw yourself working with like 10 years ago?
It's mind-boggling. I mean, I saw Iron Maiden in 1983 at Long Beach Arena. Then I saw Ozzy in 84 at Long Beach Arena, and here I am working with them. I was 12 years old. Talk about just bizarre. I mean, it's the same thing with working with Jamie. Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean, it was like it doesn't seem real. You have the old Imposter syndrome where you're sitting in the room with them going, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, I do not belong here. You know what I mean? I hope nobody figures me out.
It felt like that just meeting her that time, because that was somebody that I felt that we would have never in a million years gotten to meet, especially at a horror convention.
Yeah, I never thought I'd meet Ozzy.
Yeah.
I mean, that same with like Bruce Dickinson. I mean, Maiden is such a massive band. I remember I was working with the Anthrax guys and being friends with them for so many years. I went and saw Anthrax open for Iron Maiden at Irvine Meadows. This was probably, I don't know, 8 years ago, maybe. I'm just guessing. And I'm like thinking, fuck, I'm going to meet Iron Maiden. I'm backstage, right? And then I realized you couldn't get even near them. Like, and I remember talking to like Scott and Charlie, and I'm like, dude, like, the Maiden guys are like, bro, we don't even see them. They have their own compound. I mean, that's how protected they are. So I'm like, shit, I'm never going to meet this guy, and now I'm working with him. Crazy. Yeah. And it all happens just like people that know people. I mean, I could sit here and chart like how I got to each person and who, was the, Ozzy was through Jamie Kennedy. Because Jamie introduced me to Jack Osborne, who he was friends with. And then I started working with Jack. And then Jack just asked me one day if I wanted to work with the whole family. And I'm like, duh. Yeah, crazy. I never thought I would never even brought it up because I never imagined that would even be an option, So.
No, there's 3 guys I saw at conventions where I was just like, what in the hell? It was Ozzy and Bruce Dickinson and then Geezer Butler. I was like, I'd never in a million years would have thought they would have been at conventions. Like,
and I got all of them.
I know, and all 3 of them were amazing.
And we're talking to other crazy big names like that right now that are possible, so.
Anthony's Horan Moore says, what is up, Bulls? Sean, thank you for recommending Dr. Bombay's ice cream. That iced out orange cream flavor was awesome.
Yeah, I didn't even realize apparently that's Snoop Dogg's ice cream company. I don't know. I just tried it and it was tasty as hell.
I gotta ask you about the Lillard thing.
Mm.
I don't know if you commented on this. I don't know if like, I know you've heard it, but I don't know if you've commented on another show or anything. But the stuff that Tarantino had said and kind of his response and everything, I was just curious about like what you thought about all that.
I've talked to so many different people about it, including Matt, of course. It just, it was just unnecessary and sort of mean. There was no there was no reason for him. I mean, fuck, Paul Dano is the one who took the hits. I mean, dude, he clearly like hates the guy, and then he just kind of offhanded, mentions Lillard and Owen Wilson, and it just seemed really unnecessary. And I don't know. I mean, I know Tarantino's an opinionated guy, and we all are too. Admittedly, we all talk shit, but it just seemed like it came out of nowhere.
I mean, my thing with that too is it carries more weight if it's coming from somebody like that too.
It seemed like it was personal, kind of.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like it was personal when he was talking about Paul Dano. Like it's like, did he like fucking bang his girlfriend or something? What happened? Like there's it seems personal.
Yeah.
But then the other two, whatever. I mean, it got a lot of attention for Matt, a lot of support. Probably helped him get jobs because I think people were so pissed about it. It was, I mean, did you see the thing where Clooney during his speech mentioned Lillard?
Yeah.
Like, I work with Matt Lillard any day,
I just don't know when he got into it seemed like recently he got into the habit of calling everybody out that he didn't like as actors and things like that. It just kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I don't know what the reason is. I mean, if he's just trying, I don't know. A lot of coke one night. I don't know what's going on. Did you ever hear jacked out of his mind going, yeah, fucking Paul Dano, man.
Did you ever hear the story? I can't remember. I think it was Fiona Apple that told that story of like, it was her and Tarantino and somebody else. And like, they were together and they somehow or another, like Tarantino and them allegedly were using some like, stimulants, let's say. And like, she was like, after that, she's almost like, I don't ever want to be around anybody talking about movies ever again. Like, cause like he just went crazy for hours just talking about movies. And she was like, I just want to leave so badly. So, yeah.
Well, I'm not going to say who it is, but I'm really tight with someone who used to be almost like best friends with him. And the stories I've heard are crazy.
I'm sure. Yeah.
I can only imagine that.
Yeah.
So you're a big Star Wars guy, and we were talking about this the other night. I found I think it was like 2007, 2008, they released like these bare bones Star Wars DVDs of the unaltered editions. Next year's the 50th anniversary, if I'm not mistaken, right? Mm-hmm. They're going to do something. What else could be done aside from doing like a theatrical re-release of those originals?
No, I'm sure they will. I mean, I guess, what everybody's waiting for is HD unaltered editions, and now that Lucas, doesn't have the rights to them anymore, where everybody's hoping Disney will put them out, but there's so many, I don't know how nerdy you are about this stuff, but there's those guys that have been doing all these different prints, and there's so many bootleg versions out there, but they're all amazing, like HD quality. I mean,
they've done 4K, I think, too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant, like 4K. But I don't know. I mean, hopefully, I mean, because if I don't have any kids, but if I had a kid, I would want to show them the original version, not the fucking special edition nonsense. That's especially now. You look at it now, that shit looks terrible. So,
It would be interesting, though, because how long has Disney had the series now? Over 10 years at least, right? They've owned it.
Yeah, I don't know if... I mean, a lot of people were saying that maybe in the deal, part of the deal was, they could never bring those original versions out. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe
That's
there was
what
a
I
time.
Heard too.
Oh,
yeah, maybe there's a time limit. I don't...
Well, okay, Kathleen Kennedy just stepped down, right? And she was over all that stuff. I think she was like at Lucasfilms forever anyway.
Yeah.
And somebody, I don't remember who the new guy was that took over. But I don't know if that could have anything to do with it. Maybe like with somebody else in there, they'll actually try to do something. I know she wouldn't have done anything because she was hugely tied into Lucas and Spielberg and all those guys. So I mean, she wouldn't. Yeah.
Danielle's saying that she was canned, Uncle Bill.
Oh, who knows? She was
We
fired.
do have
Stepped
over,
down.
300 people in here, so appreciate everybody tuning in, checking out Sean live for the first time in 3 years. I was going to ask you about Norman
to bring me back for a long time.
Yeah, we're just waiting on some more drama, man. That's what it is.
Drama.
So you guys had to get in your own drama to get me back.
Controversy creates cash.
Oh yeah, I like in the image how you put cash in my hand. That was real classy.
Who the fuck else are going to put cash? Not us.
Well, we've got cash in our hands too, right? We're all enjoying cash. Yeah. Just not us, not as much as you, but you know.
Wait a minute. Speaking of cash, Necronomicon. Did you buy the fucking Necronomicon?
Yeah, you don't watch my videos? I did a whole video on it.
I did. That's why I brought it up. I just wanted to see if that was actually true.
From what is it, Evil Dead 2?
Evil Dead 1. It's the one
the
original.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Watch my videos, bro. You don't support? Okay. What the hell?
I do. Shit. I do, yeah, but sometimes I watch at work and I'm like multitasking, so. How did that come about? Who had that? Was it still
Tom Sullivan? He put it up for auction. Yeah.
Damn.
So you should have had me holding in the picture. I should have been holding the Necronomicon, not the cash, because
I'll change it.
The cash is gone.
The archive version, yeah. I'll have you holding the Necronomicon. And for you with collecting and stuff, because you got a whole house full of stuff. I've seen photos and everything. Is there anything that you kind of was like, okay, this shit's taking up too much room. Mm-hmm. Let's sell this shit off. Like, I know we've got tons of records and stuff. Those take up a lot of room. Physical media, movies, and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Is there anything that you're just like, no, let's just get rid of all this shit. I'm done collecting it.
No, I mean, I've got a ton of shit I want to get rid of. I've been threatening myself to do an auction soon. You know, like I was doing those Facebook ones. I'm just too lazy to get it together to do a like whatnot channel or something. I need to do something like that where I'm not having to rely on people coming through. The Facebook thing was cool, but you know, there was people would flake out. So I got a bunch of stuff I want to move. It's mostly collectible kind of stuff, like not props. I do have some props I'm willing to get rid of. I've talked to a few people about things. Usually the stuff people hit me up wanting to buy is stuff I don't want to sell. But yeah, every once in a while, you know, I'm running out of space. I would like to free up some space. So,
what about that big fucking thing you got from which Hellraiser movie? What, Hellraiser 3? Yeah. Do you still have that?
Yeah, the Pillar of Souls. Yeah,
that fucking thing.
It's huge. That's one of those things I
got
do
hats
look
and
at.
Coats on it, I'm sure.
I look at it and I go, "What the fuck were you thinking, man? Jesus Christ!" I mean, it's cool looking.
How heavy is cool that fucker?
But it takes a big piece of space out of my living room. You know,
what is that made out of? How heavy is it?
It's not too heavy. It's got like a wood core, but it's foam. It's like a hard foam, like latex on the outside of it. Like
I gotcha. Okay.
So it's, you know, parts of it have become hard and it's fragile. So if like something heavy had hit it, it would probably just smash and turn to dust. And I mean, it's fragile. So that's, you know, if it was fiberglass or something, I wouldn't be as crazy about it. But you know, the fact that it's foam, you know, it's that's a bummer, is the foam part. But looks cool.
Do you have the shears from The Burning?
I do. They're not like sitting around where I can just grab them.
he trims the hedges with them.
They're in one of my cases. But yeah, I do. Spencer from Ice Nine Kills has been trying to buy them from me. He loves that movie.
Is this true? You auditioned to be a part of Spinal Tap. Do you have any Rob Reiner stories?
Yes and no. I auditioned in 1992. I think 91 or 92. I think it was 92. They did the Spinal Tap drummer tryouts at LA Coliseum. And I was contestant number 1. And if you look on my YouTube channel, there's videos from it. I was on like Entertainment Tonight, MTV's Week in Rock. They showed me playing. They interviewed me briefly. And there was a picture in BAM magazine of me with Spinal Tap, with the number 1 on my chest. Like they gave you a piece of paper, you know. And but Rob Reiner wasn't there. It was a publicity stunt. They weren't really looking for a drummer. It was I was kind of pissed because I thought it was like a chance to really be in the band. Not that I was the best drummer by any means. So, but
I did not know about that.
Yeah. So it's and I got they gave away a T-shirt that's I had Spinal Tap on the front and the back. It had the tombstones of all the different drummers, and the last one had a question mark, and it said LA Coliseum and the date. I still have the T-shirt. And I did meet the band, and I got my record signed by all of them and stuff. So it was pretty cool.
That is awesome.
And they were all in character, of course. So, yeah.
And we've got Sean Clark superfan in here, I think. Chain Gun. You auditioned for Freaked, and you were on the set of Phantasm 3.
I'm in Freaked, and I was on the set of Phantasm 3. Yeah. I was an extra in Freaked. You can see me run by camera about 3 times in the very first scene when it goes into the big top and it's just chaos, right? There's a scene where I think it says fart your weight, and it's a midget like farting into like something, and they're counting. I run by like 3 times with like, I had long hair, I'm wearing a leather jacket, and I have popcorn, and I'm going, just supposed to be chaos. So I am in Freaked, and then Phantasm 3, I was just hanging out. I went to set 2 different times. Reggie just invited me and some friends to come hang out because I had just started to become friends with Reggie. I have video footage of it too. I've been putting together a pretty cool video that I'm going to show all that stuff. So
very cool.
Got a lot of pictures too.
No, that's one of my favorite series, and Reggie is like pretty much the character. He's the real guy. Right.
Well, see, that's the thing is I say this a lot, that Reggie is I think partially responsible for what I do now and where I am in this whole world, because I was a fan going to conventions. I met him at a Fangoria Weekend of Horrors in LA, just started talking to him, broed out with him, and he gave me his number and said, hey, let's, keep in touch. We're about to shoot the new movie if you want to come by the set. And I'm like, huh? I'm just like flipping out. And it kind of gave me like the, I guess, mindset of like, wow, he's just a regular dude, like, and it kind of made me feel like, wow, I can be friends with these people. And so I kind of give him somewhat credit of motivating me to move more in the direction I did, because if it wasn't for what a cool guy he was, I don't know if I would ever have gotten to this point, because meeting him, I met other people. Hell, one night, speaking of Tarantino, I hung out with Reggie and Quentin Tarantino at a bar for like 3 hours, just talking movies and drinking. And this is like, 1993, 94, like probably just before Pulp Fiction, like right after Reservoir Dogs. And I don't know, it just kind of opened me up to a whole new I'm like,
that's so true. It's just like in
like
every part of history. Yeah.
Well, it's funny he says that. I felt my buddy Adam the Woo, which I'm sure you guys heard about. We called him the modern day Forrest Gump. He was kind of like because he was the guy that was traveling around the world constantly and always on the move. And so I think he's more of that. That's more his title than mine.
Who was the first to actually go around and visit filming locations and film them? That would have to be you, right? This was like 2005.
My first filming locations video was 96. And I used to do them on VHS, and sell them and trade them. And Adam, who kind of became the first guy popular, I guess, for it because of YouTube.
Right.
He told me that, he said to me, he goes, dude, you're the OG. Says he was watching my stuff on DVD before he started YouTube. And that was all. He was always very kind in regards to giving me credit, even though he was way more famous, in that world. But, I mean, I guess I was kind of the first guy to kind of go out and film it, but I'm sure I'm not the first guy that went to a filming location and took a picture or something,
The first video of his that I remember watching was, and I thought this was so cool that this was in the middle of the fucking desert still. I mean, I don't know if it is now. The Hey Dude filming location in like Arizona or whatever from Nickelodeon. You've probably not seen it, but I loved that show when I was a kid.
Oh, wow.
And that entire, like they built this entire set in the middle of fucking nowhere in the desert. And most of it was still there. I thought that was so cool.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but he would do the craziest shit like that. He'd just go to the
Yeah, I don't know how he
place.
found that. Holy shit. Like because, yeah, that
He was
was in the middle of
determined, man.
nowhere. Yeah.
It's crazy the way we find stuff sometimes. I mean, nowadays with the internet, it's a lot easier, especially with Google Earth and Street View and all that stuff. But back in the day, I literally was driving around neighborhoods looking for shit. Like when I first found the Halloween locations, nobody had ever put that information out anywhere. Internet was just starting, I was literally just driving around South Pasadena because I'd heard it was in South Pasadena, and I stumbled upon the Myers house, and I was like, holy shit, and it was so much fun finding them, it was part of the hunt was the fun. Now it's kind of not as fun.
No, you can just like download like the instructions or whatever and Google Earth or whatever you're using. You're the Halloween guy, so I knew we would get this. Let's go ahead. The footage that we've talked to Don May about, I'm not sure who owns it, but yeah,
Billy Kirkus owns it.
Yeah, the Accods and the Kirkus fella can't come to an agreement, right?
Yeah,
you'll probably never see it.
I mean, the thing is, it's cool, but it's kind of become this thing that since people can't see it, they're making more of it. I mean, I've seen a lot of it because Billy's shown me a lot of it, and it's basically alternate takes. I don't think there's any cut scenes that I can think of, but there's alternate takes, and none of it has sound. So you're just looking at footage. So it's cool, but it's not what I think people think it is, like, oh my God, we're going to see some uncut scene we've never seen before. They used pretty much everything. It's just, like bloopers maybe, but you can't hear anything, so it's not as funny,
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it would be cool to have somebody like Carpenter or Tommy Lee Wallace sit down and maybe talk over it and describe what was going on or something. But I just don't see that ever happening. That seems like a lot of, I don't think anybody's ever going to go through all that to make that happen. I don't know. And the stalemate was Billy bought it from, I don't know. Do you know the story? It was like where like a storage unit had gone to auction, and that's where the stuff was in a storage unit. I think it was maybe Joe Wolf, the producer's storage unit, and all that stuff was in there. And Billy bought it from whoever bought that storage unit, and then when he contacted Malik about it and said, "Hey, I got this," and Malik was like, "Well, that's our property." And he's like, "Well, no, I bought." And he's like, "No, we own that." And so he's like, "Well, I'll sell it to you." And Malik's like, "Well, no, we're not going to buy it because we own it." So it's this whole back and forth where, well, you can't do anything with it because we own it. So if you try to do anything with it, we're going to sue you. So stalemate,
Interesting.
So the only thing you could do, would be to would be if somebody could get Billy what he paid for it or what it's worth and give it to the Akkads, then they would put it out. So every Halloween fan chip in $5 and do a GoFundMe or something and get it out of.
But like you were saying, though, even if they get it, it's still a lot more work to make something out of it that people could watch, really, right?
Yeah, but I mean, that's, it's a little, and the other thing you have to think of too is in the world of physical media dying, is there enough of demand for it anymore? I mean, to where it really is going to be worthwhile to sell, I don't know.
I mean, I could see it more or less on like a streaming channel or something like Netflix puts it out or something like that. Speaking of which, though, like it's been, what is it, about 4 years since the last Halloween movie. What's going on with the franchise? What's the next move, you think?
All I've heard is TV series is they've been working on that, but I don't think it's going to involve Myers, and I think it's going to be Halloween related. I think Myers is only going to be theatrical. So, we'll see. That's the vibe I'm getting from what I've heard.
It's almost like an anthology type show, maybe set around
something like
Haddonfield.
that, or maybe something that's connected to it, like maybe a Sam Loomis series, maybe a Halloween 3 series. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't been told what it is. I just heard it wouldn't be Myers. So,
okay.
Jamie Lloyd. Follow that.
No, I don't think that's ever going to happen. I do love how the fanboys are constantly pushing for it's like, do you really think that's ever going to happen? Oh, come on.
No, probably not. You did do, let's see, where is that at? There it is. The an exclusive for an upcoming release from Red Shirt. Any clues?
Who told? Yeah. Where did he hear this?
Michael Felcher mentioned it the other night.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, if Michael mentioned it, I'm actually doing 3 different projects for Michael that are all Horrors Hall grounds.
You can tell us all about him. He said it was fine.
Yeah,
Felcher did on the last show. He was like, "Go ahead."
I can't say what they are, but I will say I filmed one of them 3 days ago. So, one of them, it's so I'm editing it now, but yeah, so there's 3 different episodes for 3 different upcoming releases, and I think they've all been. I know one of them's announced. One of them is definitely announced. Huh?
Fraught Not 2.
That's a good guess. That's all I'll say.
Well, I think that one's for sure this year. He's hoping Fraught Not 2 is this year. He already has the artwork and everything done for it. It looks great. So,
yeah, we're talking. Talking about a bunch of stuff. So, but yeah, so there's going to be 3. But the one I filmed the other day was not Fright Night 2. So it might be unannounced. So,
and yeah, and
where's Slippy? Slippy, get in here and give us 2 titles, 2 scoops. That's all we need. 2 scoops.
Look, you can't get him to give anything anymore. He's in the big money now. He don't give us scoops anymore. He's like, fuck it.
No, well, we got one the other night. He debuted the artwork on there, so that was 3 scoops technically, 3 different artworks. Okay. So,
I mean, I think they're the 2 titles. I mean, obviously, Fright Night is something that hasn't come out before, but the 2 other titles I'm doing have been previously released by other companies. These are like 4K releases. I'll just say that. But I didn't do Horrors Hall grounds on them. So it was just like, getting some more new content kind of thing. And that's about as far as I can go before my phone will start ringing. Slippy will be going, John, don't say anything.
Shut up. Don't talk to them.
I'm waiting for the text to come through any second now.
He's got to be watching.
His thing, though, is, and he's getting these titles that most of them, nobody else Fright Night 2 hasn't been released in like 25 years.
Yeah.
Trick or Treat wasn't out since like the $5, DVD edition. Is there any movie you would love to see finally come out like on Blu-ray or 4K?
God, I think
Just
at this point,
one big one.
At this point, I think the ones I've waited for have all pretty much come out. I can't. I mean, there's a few 4Ks that haven't come out yet that I'd like to see happen, but it seems like eventually they'll all come out. But as far as something that's never been released, I mean, Fright Night 2 and Trick or Treat were kind of the two last big ones standing. And, Slippy took care of business. So, well, until Fright Night 2 is out, we can't say, it has taken.
Don't say too much yet, yeah.
Yeah,
the Trick or Treat one took a while, let's be honest.
It did, but, it was definitely worth the wait. I mean, there is... I can't remember. I did something with Synapse like 2 years ago. It still hasn't come out, and I don't know if they've announced it. I think they have.
They announced a bunch of stuff, like Frankenhooker was one just before.
Not a horror title, I'll say that.
Oh, okay.
I think they announced it, but I don't want to say anything in case they haven't. But that, they take a long time to come out sometimes, So, I'm trying to think if there's anything. I'm looking at my collection, see if something can ring a bell.
Well, the weird thing is too, like I know we all have the Region 2 release. Dawn of the Dead still hasn't come out in the U.S. officially.
That's true.
That's an odd one, yeah. Especially considering, what is the 50th anniversary for that? Like next year, or
78.
the next couple of
2
years?
years. Okay. 2 years. It's same as Halloween, 2028.
That's true. H50's probably happening then, right? You're going to start promoting that.
I mean,
who knows with that shit, though? I mean,
I've said since I started doing it that I was going to end with the 50th, so I kind of want to keep my word. But I still know they'll probably drag it on even after I bow out. But I'm at the mercy of Trancas, so I've mentioned to them recently, hey, we got to start planning this. It's creeping up. It's 2 years out now. So
yeah, lots of big anniversaries coming up for movies too.
They never brought The Wildlife out, did they? Did that ever come out on Blu-ray? The movie I'm talking, that was kind of like a sort of sequel to Fast Times with Chris Penn and Jenny Wright.
Yeah, I'm not certain if they brought that out or not. Yeah.
I don't know if that's ever been released. It might have been. I can't keep up sometimes. I probably own it, and I don't even. You know what I mean? If I look, let me see if I do own it. Let's see.
Like for me, there's a few random ones, but a lot of people. It's not like movies that anybody else really gives a shit about.
Like
King Frat.
Too dark.
I fucking mentioned
What's
King
that?
Frat.
King Frat's my go-to. It's like an Animal House ripoff.
An Animal House ripoff?
Yeah. And Meatballs 3, that one's never been on DVD, oddly enough.
Oh, you know what? Wildlife did come out. I do have it. Yeah,
Kino
it looks like
Lorber.
it was Kino Lorber put it out. Kino Lorber.
Yeah, they release everything.
Yep, I think somebody said something. Yeah, Kino Lorber. Yeah. Lorber?
Speaking of drama, though, because you did have a little bit of a falling out with Vinegar Syndrome. Have you guys made up or anything yet, or no?
No, they can suck a dick.
Fair enough.
No, I mean, that pissed me off. It's like, can I tell the story, or have I told it here before? Or should I tell the story real quick?
I don't think you've really ever told this, but we heard it. But I'd love.
We heard on your all's podcast, but
we lost Uncle Bill. So it's weird. He went like this, and he just wiped himself away.
Yeah, snowstorm got him.
Yeah. So basically, what happened was one of my good friends, one of my best friends that I've known, God, I think I met Mick in 92, 93. He was the biggest Vinegar Syndrome fan. I mean, the dude, I think he had a Vinegar Syndrome tattoo.
Oh,
He
wow.
he bought every single thing they put out. He was obsessed with it. He was a subscriber. That dude spent more money with them than anybody. And when he died, I was at a convention, I think Monster Mania in New Jersey, and they had a Vinegar Syndrome booth. So I walked up to the guy and I said, "Hey, I'm gonna ask you a question." I told him, my friend, probably your best customer, you probably just lost your biggest customer. And I said, oh, he was almost back. And I said, you know, it would mean the world to him if you guys could just make a post. I mean, even though he's gone, it would have meant the world to him if you guys had just made a post. We lost one of our, best customers. Rest in peace. And the guy was like, dude, totally. Yeah, that's for sure. No problem. And I said, okay. And he goes, gives me his contact info. He goes, send me the info and, want to send a picture of him or something and we'll do it. I'm like, dude, that's awesome. So I tell all his friends and family, hey, guess what? I talked to Vinegar Syndrome. They're going to do this for Mick. And everybody's like, that is so fucking awesome. He would have been so over the moon, right? And then I just kept waiting and nothing, right? And so I messaged him and basically said, hey, guys, it's been like 2 months, and you said you're going to do this. And they were like, well, we talked about it and it just didn't seem like, they said, I don't want to misquote it, but it was almost something to the effect of it really isn't really on brand with what we do. And I'm like, what? Are you fucking kidding me? I was just like, I've told all his friends and family this is going to happen. Everybody was super excited about it. All it is putting up a fucking picture of a guy and saying we lost a loyal customer. Rest in peace. How hard is that?
Mm-hmm.
It was just so shitty. And then to add insult to injury, there's a whole backstory they don't know where basically, I don't want to say anything that could get me in trouble, but certain parties might have participated in his death, right? And we're not friendly with. And those parties went on his Facebook page trying to do a GoFundMe to get money. So Vinegar Syndrome goes, oh, we donated $100 to them in his name or some bullshit. And I go, yeah, you just gave money to the fucking people that probably killed him. Good job. Dumbass. I said, I know you meant to do, but I just don't understand why you feel like you need to do that when you could have done something simple that we asked, So anyway, it just left a bad taste in my mouth. And I'm like, fuck them. I'm never going to buy anything from them again. Fortunately, this happened just after I bought Little Darlings. So.
But something about that company, though, they seem to draw just the most annoying fucking hipsters.
Fucking pretentious douchebags.
God damn, I can't stand. I mean, they've got a Facebook group, and if you ever want to just get depressed, just go on there and listen to those people whine about movies. It's outstanding.
I actually, human emotion probably wasn't on brand for their fan base.
Probably true.
Yeah.
What happened with the Return of the Living Dead cast, right? Because we went to that Dawn of the Dead, or the Monroeville Mall show in October.
Yeah, Living Dead weekend.
And they were going on a little bit of a tour, but it seemed like they were going on tour without Linnea Quigley. She wasn't with them. And I heard something about a big blow up at, it was another show after that. Do you know anything? Have you heard anything about that? About that cast having issues getting along?
I heard that during a photo op at a convention recently that Jewel Shepard hit Miguel Nunez and Miguel Nunez punched her back, and they literally were kind of tussling on the floor and had to be pulled apart. But like they both agreed not to press charges, but I don't know exactly what the circumstances were, but that's what I heard. So
Okay, so
Okay.
it has nothing to do with Linnea though, right? Because she was,
had
for some
nothing to do
reason
with
she
her.
wasn't. Okay.
I
Is
don't know if there's drama there.
Yeah.
I don't really deal with any of them anymore, so I don't know. So I'm not involved in any of those reunions.
the thing you keep hearing is something about that a couple of the cast members had like another movie that they had planned to do for Return of the Living Dead, and then there's the one that's been announced now, and there's some sort of conflict between those two movies. I don't know if there's any
Yeah.
truth to that, but yeah.
No, I know that Linnea was trying to get some Trash's Revenge thing done, and
Yeah.
then that other one just popped up with whoever owns the current rights to Return of the Living Dead, and that was going, and then I heard it kind of stalled out a little bit during production. I don't know what the current status is of it. But yeah, I really don't know. I know obviously those two aren't happy about one another, but I don't know if that had anything to do with the shit we've been hearing about the going on at conventions. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'd heard a couple of things, and I had heard that a couple was missing at the Q&A, and I was like, well, that's interesting. And then that whole thing happened with Danielle and Scout, which we talked about and kind of got talked down to from Danielle on Instagram. Do you know anything about those two and why that podcast ended and why they're kind of, it just ended from what I understand. They didn't explain anything to any of their listeners, and then Danielle did the podcast with Darren Bousman, basically saying that they pretty much couldn't get along in a nice way, in the nicest way possible.
To be honest with you, I haven't asked either of them and don't really care. I mean, I mean, I just, I don't know. I mean, I didn't watch their podcast, wasn't a fan, not a subscriber, so it's not, it's, you know,
Uncle
I
Bill's
don't
a
know.
big fan of their
I
podcast. If you
listen,
didn't
I
know.
watched it every week or whenever it came out.
He liked all the butt plug talk.
Talk
in
about
particular.
butt plugs and yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. Yeah, I don't care enough to even ask. So,
Seriously though, like don't you for some reason that show always bothered me, and maybe it's just me, but it was this idea where they're combining like we're going to talk, ostensibly we're going to talk about horror, but really we're going to talk about, our sex lives and shit to draw in all these fucking marks.
well,
And it's
I'll
very
say
odd.
this: Danielle, I got into it with Danielle a few months back, and she said to me, "Well, I heard that you were talking shit about our podcast, and you said." She said a few things that I was saying stuff about her and Scout. And I said, look, I said, that's bullshit. But did I talk shit about your podcast? I said, yeah, I did. I said, but the only thing I said was that I felt that it was a sex podcast posing as a horror podcast.
It fucking is though. That's 100%.
And then she said, it's not a horror podcast. Talk Scary to Me is you talking about things that frighten you, and that could be anything, not horror. And I was like, okay, well, it coming from two scream queens, it's very misleading. And I said, so I watched a couple episodes, got tired of hearing about your vaginas, and I stopped watching, So, I mean, that's really, so I told that straight to her face. I said, so is that talking shit, saying that I thought it was posing as a horror podcast? No, that's the truth. I said that. I'm saying it again here. But it wasn't for me. Are there a bunch of fucking older middle-aged dudes that are probably jerking to that and into it? Sure. I'm sure they were all up in arms when that show ended, but I have no idea what went down between her and Scout. I have no clue.
Yeah.
No clue.
I just find that kind of thing like catering to, marks and what are they called? what is the name that they call
Simps is what
Simps.
people use.
Oh.
Yeah. Catering to Simps is just for some reason the lowest fucking thing.
I'll tell you something though, man. When we had all those videos that we were talking about it, and then she of course sent us a couple big long messages and shit, and I'm like, fuck, we've got to talk about this, right? And
Yeah.
but
You done rocked the boat.
a lot of the comments were not in her favor. Like she does not.
Well, how could they be, man? Some of the shit I don't understand.
Hey, give me 2 seconds. I have to pee real quick, and then
Sure.
I got more to say. I just got to pee.
Pee
Too
break.
much water.
It's all good.
But yeah, I mean, the idea of like, okay, who's going to defend that? And there were people that were defending it because we had to read a bunch of hate comments. But the stuff that she was saying was so wild to me that I don't even know how you can defend, we should get this and that, and we should get all this money, and we should get like first class tickets, and, we deserve it. It's like, what the fuck are you talking? What do you deserve?
Well, and to be honest, like that initial video that we made of their podcast ending or whatever was like pretty tame for what we do and that sort of thing, right? I mean, I don't even think we went at them that hard the first video, at least.
I don't think so. It's such a bizarre thing.
I don't even really know. Is simp short for like simpleton or something? Or what is
I don't
it?
know what it's short for.
I don't
just
know.
think
I've just
it's
heard people use that word.
Yeah, it's the only word that comes to mind when you talk about like when you're catering to a male fan base that like they think they have like the opportunity to get with you when they really don't, is essentially what you're doing.
Yeah. So one thing I did want to clear up was I did watch that podcast, the Darren Lynn Bousman one, and there was a few things I'm surprised you guys haven't asked me about it that she was saying in regards to conventions and prices.
Oh, there was a lot of stuff that she said about that, but yeah.
Yeah, but I believe she said that the agent set the prices.
She did say that. Yeah.
That is the biggest load of shit, especially when it comes to her, because I've never set her price when I worked with her. By the way, I don't work with her anymore. I haven't. I walked away from that one. That's a whole nother story. I have my own reasoning, but I'm not gonna drag her publicly over it. But she was constantly changing her price. Like every show, it'd be like, "Oh no, I'm more expensive now. I've gone up," and I'm like, and it got to the point where I was not happy with how expensive she was getting. But just for the record, she sets her own prices 100%, and don't let anybody tell you any different. Every guest sets their own price. We work for them. As an agent, I can suggest a price. I can say, hey, I think you should charge this. But at the end of the day, the celebrity sets the price. So you can say, oh, those fucking agents are doing... No. Maybe some are. Me? I suggest, and I always suggest a low price. I want to try to keep fan friendly. But, as you guys have seen, it's getting crazy out there. And it's hard to it's hard to reason with people when you got some fucking guy that's victim number 8 from part 12 sitting across the way charging $60 and a real star is charging 40. And you're like, they're looking at him going, dude, well, look at what he's charging. I should be charging more than that. And you're just like, you have to try to explain, you're dealing with egos, you're dealing with all kinds of shit. But anyway, what she said about pricing was a whole lot of bullshit.
In the same podcast, though, she mentioned talking to Dee Wallace about charging more, right? So she pretty much contradicted what she was saying earlier.
Dude, you know how many celebrities like her have tried to shame other celebrities to try to make themselves look better? That's what it's about. It's not because they think that poor Dee Wallace is underselling herself. No, she doesn't like the fact that it's making her look greedy. Yeah. So, and I've seen them do it. Dude, so many people used to get pissed at Sid Haig because he was so cheap. They'd be like, Sid, you need to up your prices. And he'd be like, nope, this is what I'm staying. This is where I'm staying. And he stuck to his guns. And people would be like, don't put me near him. I had celebrities say, I don't want to be near his table because it makes me look bad, So, yeah,
What about the other part of it too, Sean? If you watched it, you see the other part where she's talking about, basically she's talking about you should always hit up these convention promoters for first class hotels, like anything
She
that you can
does?
get. Anything that you, my line of thinking is like that's going to bankrupt them. Like if everybody was like, I need a first class hotel room, I need like comp meals, I need like yada yada yada, like everything.
Well, the funny thing is too is like she's 85 pounds or whatever, right? Why does she need? She's talking about sitting next to Ken Forey. Yeah, Ken Forey's like 80 years old with bad knees or whatever,
and 6'3". So
yeah, big guy.
So he needs a first class flight. Yeah, that's the thing is basically she was on the podcast publicly saying, hey, gouge the fans, gouge the promoters. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to get a call after this going, fuck you or whatever. I don't, but I mean, I'm just reiterating what she said. I mean, she said it, you saw the podcast.
Yep.
I mean, these promoters are Mon, Pa, usually, like Mike and Mia that run Flashback, Nathan that runs Horror Hound. They only make money off of the vendor tables and the door tickets, man, first class flights aren't cheap. You're talking a difference of a $400 flight versus an $1,800 flight, so that then it comes down to the promoter. Would you want to bring in one person like her for $1,800, or do you want to bring in maybe 5 people from something else on economy flights? So yeah, you can ask for these things, but I try to be. I have a mentality where the promoter and the celebrity are my clients. I want everybody to profit. I want everybody to walk away happy. I don't want to gouge a promoter, because if a promoter loses money on my clients, why would they ever work with me again?
Yeah.
I want to continue to work. That's why I've been successful in this business. Promoters love working with me because they're like, dude, you're super easy. You usually don't ask for guarantees. You don't ask for crazy first class flights and all this stuff, I mean, of course you have to ask them for certain guests. I mean, people that totally warrant a first class flight, like a Matthew Lillard, who's gonna bring a ton of people through the door and he's 6'2", of course he needs a first class flight, but if like the little girl who played Megan said, I need a first class flight, you're staying home. I'm sorry, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Keep in mind too, though, like I think she had said in the interview that she had like a $3,000 guarantee, but she's making way more than at some of these bigger shows, right?
That's not the number. The last time she had me negotiating for her, it was way higher than that.
Oh, really? So, okay.
Yeah. But, she's also the kind of person, though, that can easily do a convention without a guarantee and make good money. She doesn't need one. She really doesn't need one. But
she's like $100 now, though. I'm not sure. I mean, that's
80 to 100 depending on the show.
Crazy amount of money to me for that. But whatever.
I mean,
you
if
charge
somebody
whatever
wants
you want
to pay it, go for it. Yeah. I mean, I didn't have a problem working with her. I wasn't happy with a lot of the decisions she was making, and but whatever. I mean, she was never exclusive to me. She always worked with other people. So, and she'll call a promoter directly too. Some people do that. Like Kane Hodder has been booking himself forever. I mean, you don't necessarily need a guy like me, but most people want a guy like me. They don't want to be the ones calling conventions and trying to negotiate their own deals, and and they like the having somebody that they can count on if shit goes sideways. So whatever, God bless her. Best of luck to you. But I tapped out. I'm not involved in that one anymore. So.
No. Thank God. So conventions though, man, like here's the thing about conventions, and people keep they keep saying this on different shows that we do, and I don't believe this anymore. I've come to like realize that this is absolutely not true. But people keep saying like it's this whole thing. People are like so like high now that it's just gonna like fall apart, and all of these conventions are fall. If anything, these conventions seem to be doing better now than they ever have. So I don't think there's any price point that's going to cause people to stop going to conventions. I've come off of that idea. I don't think it's going to happen.
There's always going to be. I mean, that same rationale is like saying that Porsche is going to go out of business because there's no way they're going to be able to sell those cars for that expensive for how long? There's always going to be somebody who can afford it. There always is. I mean, is it getting out of reach for a lot of people? Sure. Yeah. I mean, I've done everything I can to try to make it affordable, but I can only do so much. I mean, I'm fighting against other people that are pushing it in the other direction. And all I can do is, what am I going to do? Walk away from it? Well, I'm taking a stand, I mean, it's
but what do you have any theories about what happened though? I mean, it seems like exponentially prices have gone up.
I think the crowd is a little bit different now too. From back when we used to go, it seems that way. At least a lot more cosplayers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of. I think it's funny is because everybody was worried that the convention thing was going to take a massive hit right after COVID, because. A lot of people were out of work. A lot of people were hurting for money. Do people want to be in a big social environment like that? We saw the total opposite. It boomed after COVID. And one thing we kind of learned from the COVID experience, I think, is that this type of stuff, like meeting celebrities and conventions and that whole thing, is escapism for people. And it's they're willing to spend money they don't have to do these things. You know what I mean? I see people pissing and moaning in the comments constantly. There's probably some in here right now I haven't read, but people I see people piss and moan all the time. The fucking prices are I'm never going to another convention, but this and that, and it's like I've said this 1,000 times. You need food, you need shelter. You don't need autographs. You want autographs, So crying about it isn't going to do. It's like, don't buy them. Nobody's got a gun to your head saying you need to meet Matthew Lillard, but people fucking want to, it's like me. Do I need to buy all this shit you see behind you guys? We don't need to buy that shit, but we want to buy it. Right. So, people are gonna pay for what they want. They're gonna piss and moan about it. I can't believe how much I fucking paid for that Sam head, but I did it, so
screen used,
both of them. Damn. Animatronic heads. but yeah, so it I know it's kind of like, fuck this fucking guy, whatever, it's just a fact. It is what it is. It's just like, you can be pissed off at somebody that owns a Lamborghini, or you can buy a fucking Honda Civic. They're both going to get you somewhere. You don't have to have the fucking fancy car, And
part of it is, it's just coming to the realization that like you said, there's always going to be a market for this.
Yeah.
And it does not, to me, it really doesn't matter what the price is. Like people are always like, well, when it gets to this point, it's like, no, it's not. Like it's going to keep going up, and people are.
The thing that cracks me up is people are going, "It was The Walking Dead that did it." It was like, dude, had you ever been to a sports convention, dude?
Well, wrestlers did it like 20 years ago, like charging for combos and stuff like that.
Fucking athletes were charging over $1,000 before The Walking Dead were doing shit. To sign a jersey or a helmet. Look up what fucking Tom Brady charges. It's just eventually it's all going to kind of, blend in together.
With the price increases, right? Because pretty much everybody's, at least $60 now, I would think.
I've got people that are still 40.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They're, they're minor not headliner types, but yeah, you know.
Yeah. Has it hurt anybody? Or is it just basically like still the same or even better?
In fact, I mean, I've had to eat crow a couple times with a couple of clients where I got in fights with them and told them, if you increase it, you're going to sell less and you're going to probably end up making the same amount and you're not going to be as busy. And then I had to eat crow because they were still fucking busy and they were still crushing it and they made a ton. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess the $20 increase didn't change anything. I mean, as far as the crowd, and they made more money. So, you know, I tried to discourage it, you know, because I want to stay fan friendly. You know, I put on the price sheet on the table, I have my website on it. I'm representing this price, right?
Yeah.
Notice I never had that on Daniel Harris's price sheet. Anyway, but you know,
it's a flip of a coin, right? What she would
that?
charge, it would be a flip of a coin what she would charge anyway, right? It's always changing her prices.
There's some celebrities that do that change their price right during the show. I mean, you can see it. They scribble it out and write something else. Yeah.
If a celebrity like her though has a good show, and you know, I don't want to give specific numbers or anything, but a good show for her what would you say be like 30, 40,000 a show?
That would be a very good show for her, yeah.
But I mean, it's happened, right? It's not out of the question.
I'm sure she's hit that number. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. You think she's paying taxes on all that?
That's between her and her accountant. I don't know.
I wonder how many times Sean's actually going to ask that question.
She did mention that she paid taxes in there. Big.
Yeah, she's paying taxes.
That would have been the smart thing to say.
Yeah, sure she is. How many conventions lose money on guarantees? Is it common for promoters to just take big guess and then lose money?
It happens a lot. I mean, it doesn't happen hardly ever with my people because usually I don't have guarantees. And if I have to, I try to make it to where nobody's going to get hurt. But I mean, I've heard some horror stories. I heard a bad one recently. I mean, I don't want to, because it's not anybody's public business, but there was a show recently that had a guest that I know that they lost like 55,000 on one guest.
God.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That this person had like 125,000 guarantee and only made like 70, 80, maybe 75. They know what is it? Do the math. You can figure it out. You smart people. But yeah, it was like lost like 55K. So it's, what is that? So, yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
Real quick here, because we are going to try to keep it a little bit short due to the storm. Any of like modern horror films, has there been anything recently that you've been really impressed with in the last year or two that you want to mention?
That I've been really impressed with?
Yeah, like Sinner's got 16 nominations. Were you surprised by that?
Yeah. I mean, I actually thought it was a pretty good movie. It was way too long. I'd love to take that movie and cut about 25, 30 minutes out of it. And I think it'd be a much tighter, better horror film. But did it blow me away? No. Trying to think if there's anything I really liked recently. I know there's something. I'm just forgetting.
Did you see Bring Her Back? That was another one that I kind of liked.
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, it wasn't bad. It just kind of, it was one of those movies when I walked out of it, I was like, well, I don't feel like I ever need to see that again. It didn't have anything that, you know what I mean? It's a real, it's one of those movies. I mean, it makes you uncomfortable, which is an art form. You know, if you can get under the viewer's skin and make them uncomfortable, that, you know, you've done something. But do I want to experience that again? Not so much. I don't know. God, I know there's something I went and saw like twice. I'm trying to remember what it was. I see some people ask. A Long Walk I hated.
Like
the
shit all over the place. Yeah,
characters are annoying as hell.
Everyone's talking about Good Boy. I did not see that one.
I haven't
I've heard
seen
a lot of
it
people
yet.
mention it. Yeah.
Haven't seen it yet.
Weapons. What about that one?
It was okay. I thought it was overhyped. I don't think it's all that. Everybody's all crazy about the Gladys character. I was like, she's okay. I mean,
I
whatever.
think I've reached the point where I'm too fucking old to see these movies because I have the same kind of reaction to all these. It's like they're fine, but
Yeah.
it's like I don't, like the thing with Sinners. It's like it's an okay movie. Did it need 16 nominations? No.
No.
I mean,
No. I mean, some movies that surprised me. Like I will say, I don't think it was a good movie by any means, but I was pleasantly surprised with how fun the Silent Night, Deadly Night remake was. I thought it was fun.
We haven't seen that one, but
I've heard a lot of people talk about it.
A couple of people have told us it was good. Yeah.
And it has like your favorite actor in it.
Your boy's in
Ron
it too.
Campbell.
Yeah. You're representing him too, right?
Yes. But it did, it's one of those things where Silent Night, Deadly Night is a great bad movie. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you can't recapture that magic, but they did something different that was entertaining, and they did enough little fan service nods to the original series that I think the old school fans will enjoy. Just went and saw the new 28 Days Later. It was okay. I think I liked it better than the last one. I do want to see Primate. I've heard good things about Primate. I heard it's a lot of fun. So I actually think I'm going to go see that this week. So and that Send Help looks kind of fun.
Yeah, I'd like to see
Sam
that.
Raimi.
Yeah, Sam Raimi produced, I guess. I didn't see Five Nights at Freddy's 2. No, I didn't see that.
That's not really your sort of thing, though, would it be?
No, I'll watch it just because Matt and Skeet are in it, but I'm wait for streaming on that one. Oh, you know what? Yeah, Final Destination Bloodlines was actually pretty good. I thought that was actually really entertaining. And I haven't seen Begonia. I did like Companion. I thought Companion was one of the better horror films of the year.
Yeah.
What about the X trilogy? I don't think we've asked you about those Ty West movies.
You know what? I walked out of both of those kind of feeling like they fell apart at the end. Like there was things I really liked about both X and Pearl, but I haven't seen Maxine yet. And I heard the same thing.
It definitely falls apart at the end. If you ask me,
that's what I heard. And I like Ty West a great deal, but I feel like his films always seem to not have good endings. They, I don't know. I'm gonna watch it, just because I feel like I need to. I just keep forgetting to be honest with you. But yeah, I don't know. Somebody said Begonia sucked. I heard it was good. Well, one person says it's good. Next person said it sucked. I had zero interest in Frankenstein or Nosferatu. I didn't care about either of those.
Yeah, I no. Anytime Guillermo del Toro comes up, I can't.
Just go away heat with Uncle Bill there. He don't do Guillermo del Toro.
I fucking no.
I mean, I thought the Welcome to Derry series was cool. I enjoyed that. I thought Stranger Things blew, but
same.
Yeah.
Speaking of the TV shows, though, like the Crystal Lake show is coming up later this year, I think. Mm-hmm. What the fuck are they going to do with that? Like, how is that going to work?
It's not about Jason. It's about some side characters.
It's like
Jason's in it. Jason's in it, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it, but yeah, I don't know.
It's weird that they haven't done anything with that franchise in like 16 years or whatever. It's just insane.
Sean has a shitty taste in films. That's funny.
What about the Terrifier movies? Somebody's asking. Ollie.
I'm not a fan. Yeah. Okay. I'm friends with all of them, but I thought the third one was the best one. I thought it, but then again, I do like Christmas horror films. Yeah, I can't. I know you must like it. You got the fucking art behind you, but I can't get into that character. I don't know.
Yeah, the second one was just like one of my favorite experiences watching a film that I had no idea about. So yeah,
The second one was too fucking long, in my opinion. Like, isn't that the one that was like two and
yeah,
a half hours long?
that's a common complaint with that
Yeah.
movie for sure.
My problem with I don't like gratuitous gore. I mean, I like a good gore scene, but I don't want to linger on it. You know what I mean? It's like you watch like a movie like Halloween Kills or something, or Michael Myers steps on a hedge, or fucking you see it splatter, and you're like, oh shit, you know, that's cool.
Mhm.
But I don't want to see him step on it and then play with it and pour salt in it and dance around it. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it gets to be a little just like, okay, enough already. You know, I mean, I feel like it's trying to make up for lack of story, you know. And I like a good story. I like slow burn movies, you know. I like something that, you know, builds, you know. I don't know.
The thing that was interesting to me about that movie though was when I saw that scene, it was the first time in a long time where I was actually like really disturbed by a scene.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess like, you know, it really does take a certain kind of like, I don't want to say like it's not genius per se, but it takes like, you have to know what you're doing to really disturb somebody that's seen like thousands of horror films. And it's like, so, I mean, I give him credit for that part of it for sure.
It is crazy how they got those movies like that in a theater too. Like that's
Yeah.
wouldn't have happened 15 years ago.
Has Sean seen Salo? What a fucking question.
Have you had the pleasure of
You
seeing
know
Salo?
what? I think somebody bought me that and I've never watched it.
Don't ever watch it then. Don't, please.
I might have got rid of it. Let's see. Do I still have it? Let's see.
I think it's
I
a
think somebody-
Criterion.
I think somebody bought it for me and I sold it. I had no interest in seeing it.
That was a good move.
That's a strange movie, man, for sure.
Class of 1984 location video. Yeah, the reason that hasn't come out yet is I think I found one last location I missed, and I've been waiting to get back to Toronto to shoot it. And I'm one of these crazy completists where I want to get because it makes me crazy if I put an episode out and then I find something. I'm like, God damn it, you know? So since I think I know where this last location is, I've been waiting to get back to Toronto, and I haven't been to Toronto in over a year. So that's the holdup on Class 1984. No.
I know this summer they're doing the final, I guess, big convention. They may do something smaller at the Monroeville Mall. Are you going to be coming up for that or no?
I might go to the October one. I know they're doing a big Dawn of the Dead thing, whatever that is, July or something, July.
June, yeah.
June. So I'd love to be there just as a fan, and it's going to be the last Dawn reunion in the mall. But I don't have anybody going. I mean, I'd literally just have to go as a fan, and I go to that mall because I do Steel City so much. I go to that mall a lot. I'll probably be there whenever the last day is. If they make an announcement this is the last day the mall's open, I'll probably make the trip out there just to be there on the last day. But I'm talking to Kevin about guests for the October show. So, and there will be an October show in the mall. June isn't the last one in the mall. It's just the last Dawn reunion in the mall. So.
Yeah.
Well, I know if it was like the one that we went to in October was kind of a more intimate, like scaled back one. I don't know if that's the plans this one since it will be the last one, but that's interesting news. That's the first I've heard about it. But
yeah, I don't know if October will be the official last one. I know October is scheduled to be in the mall. I think that he he'll still be in there. So I think it's 2027 is when the mall's supposed to officially close.
It is.
yeah, I think all the leases expire at the end of the year. Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks, man. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw my childhood mall video I put up, and it's like I mean, it's crazy because like, you know, Christopher Nelson, who does the podcast with me, that's his childhood mall. He grew up right down the street, so he's been going there since the 70s. So he's really bummed about it. You know, I mean, it's going to be weird, man. I'll be honest with you. If it's one of the only things that really makes me want to go to Steel City is because, like, well, I can always go across the street and go to the mall and walk around like a nerd, because that mall is literally what got me into Horrors Hollow Grounds. What started it was walking around there for when I went for the Zombie Jamboree in 80 or 93. Mm-hmm. I walked around there, and the feeling I had was like, oh my God, I feel like I've been here, but I've never been here, you know, and it made me want to seek out more of those experiences. And that was the place that all started for me. So for that to go away is fucking such a bummer, man. And like driving by my childhood mall, if you look up Westminster Mall on YouTube right now, there's tons of videos of these kids that have broken in there and trashed the place and graffitied it up. It's all fucked now. It's been all over the news here. It's crazy. So I'm sure that's going to happen to the Dawn Mall. People are going to totally break in there. Totally will. As soon as it's shut down, they're going to try to break in. That's what they do. They love, even though it's been abandoned a week, they want to get in. So.
Don't you think that's probably, I mean, I know you do the Horror Hologram, but that is like, of all horror movies, because that movie is just based in that mall. So like that is like the location to me to go to based around a movie. That is still kind of like, you know, the outside of it's still basically the same.
I mean, a lot has changed, but you can tell it's the same mall for sure.
Yeah.
On the inside.
Yeah, it's changed drastically. But you can still match up certain things. You can still figure out where things were. I mean, if you get into the boiler room, it looks exactly the same. That hasn't changed. But yeah, it's a fucking bummer, man. I don't know. It's sad. It definitely bums me out. I mean, getting older and seeing all these places you grew up with. I mean, I drive through my old neighborhood. There's a whole like 2 miles of near my house on a main road that almost everything has been demoed and rebuilt in the last like 10 years. It's like almost everything that I remember from my childhood is gone. It's like, wow, this is getting old sucks, you know? But you have to understand, the only people we can blame are ourselves for not going to that mall. You know, the people that live there, if they shopped there and they spent money there, that place would still be around, you know? They're not supporting it. Same thing with my mall over here, you know? We can cry about it, but if you're not going there and spending money, of course it's going to go out of business.
Everybody's ordering on Amazon and
fucking Jeff Bezos just fucking laughing in his fucking mansion. You know,
it's like Sleepy.
All of the money.
When he releases Fright Night 2, he's laughing with his money.
Swimming in those
all that slipping money.
Yeah. Well, man, we definitely appreciate you coming on. And what's some big conventions you got coming up? Anything in the near future you wanted to mention on here?
No. I mean, I'm gonna be this weekend. This coming weekend, I'll be at CreepyCon in Ontario, California. And then I think the next one I'm gonna be at is Scaradise in Tampa. And then, you know, you got the big Horror Hound coming up in March. That's always
a big one.
That's always fun. It's, you know, it's great for me because me and Nate, you know, we're so close, and it's a chance for us to hang. I always go in a day early just to hang with him, you know, for, you know, help set up and stuff. And it's that one's always fun. I always have fun. Actually, all three of those shows I just mentioned are all fun. You know, the Comic-Cons to me are work. Those are the ones I feel like Comic-Cons. I could give a shit about Comic-Cons. The horror conventions, those are fun. Those are my people. That's my world. I love that shit. Comic-Cons, I'm like waiting. Can I go home? Can't wait for it to be over, you know? Yeah, and it's going to be extra hard, like for the next, for quite a while. There's, you know, so many people. I mean, I did a convention 2 weeks ago, local one. I had like over 100 people come up to me, sorry about Adam, your friend, and and as much as I appreciate that, it's hard every time somebody comes, because you're out of it and you're like, oh, cool, and then all of a sudden somebody sucks you right back into it and you're thinking about it and you're getting depressed and
Right.
that that can be tough, dude. Some people still fucking come up to me 3 years later and say, dude, sorry about your dog. It's like, dude, my dog died 3 years ago. It's like, I appreciate it, but shit, come on, I've gotten 2 new dogs since then. I mean, it's I'm by no means ungrateful for the love, but it at some point we got to cap it.
Right. Right. And the podcast, you got anything new coming up on that in the next little bit?
I just had lunch with Chris a couple days ago, and we were talking about it. I know he's about to leave in a couple weeks to, I think they're filming in Nashville. He's filming for I think he's gone to like July on a series,
Damn.
on a TV series. So, I mean, we can always do stuff when he's out of town, but I know we're going to try to knock out an episode before he leaves. But yeah, it's weird with the podcast. It's really, we have no agenda. And it's almost like we're having lunch. It was me, Nick Castle, Chris, and Spencer from Ice Nine Kills. We all got together and had lunch at Bob's Big Boy. And I was like, I think Spencer started talking about movies, and I said, look, dude, I go, me and Chris can't talk about movies, otherwise we won't have a show. I said, so, because basically all our podcast is what our phone conversation would be. What have you been watching? What are you up? So I said, we can't talk about movies. And of course we ended up talking about movies. So now I need to wait a little while. So
yeah, I understand that for sure. Got to have a fresh conversation, right, for the show.
Any good last questions on here before we call it? Let me see.
There's a bunch.
Bob's Big
Boy
Boy
to
is the
Crypticon,
shit.
Seattle. No. Let's see.
A lot of FYEs are closed, and I'm surprised it took this long for FYE to. I mean,
yeah, I had one in my local mall here that is still open. I mean, not the FYE, the mall's still open and doing well, but yeah, that one shut down.
That's a question for the ages right there. Do you eat biscuits and gravy?
I like the picture, the profile picture. Slippy in a bed with a seagull.
Yeah.
No, I do not eat biscuits and gravy.
Have you ever tried biscuits and gravy?
Yes.
Okay.
A few times.
At least that. Garrett has never tried biscuits and gravy.
Dawn of the Dead 666 wants to know if I ever think the Seattle Supersonics will come back. Yes, I do. Yeah.
Any new props?
I'm a big as you can see, I'm a big basketball fan.
Oh, yeah.
My OKC Slam.
I loved it like in the 90s and early 2000s, but I kind of completely got out of the NBA at least.
I'm sorry? What are you asking?
Well, 10-pound fish here says, do you have any new props? You're looking at purchasing. I saw Freddy glove on Golden Auctions recently, along with an interesting Freddy puppet.
That Golden Auctions one was from like that show, The Goldbergs. It was the one. It was the one that he wore in that episode of The Goldbergs. So it's technically the guy who owns it tried to sell it to me directly before he put it in auction, and his pitch was, well, technically it's the last Freddy glove ever worn on screen. That is true. The last time he played Freddy was on the Goldbergs, but I was just like, I got one. I'm good, So as far as stuff I'm looking to buy, I was thinking no. I was hoping nothing, but shit keeps popping up. I literally just got offered something 2 days ago that I was like, son of a bitch, I need that. Okay. So, but I usually don't say what it is because I'll make an episode. But I did just pick up a couple really cool things this week that I'll be doing episodes on pretty soon that I think people are going to really dig. But yeah, I got to pump the brakes. I'm going a little crazy. I need to chill. But it's fun. It's fun. I mean,
Well, it's
I
almost
still
like an
do.
investment too, because all this stuff just skyrockets, in
Yeah,
price over
I
the
mean,
years.
it's art. It's art. All this stuff is art. So it does go up in price. I mean, or value. And but then you got to be careful because a lot of stuff, deteriorates. Rubber and latex and foam latex. That stuff can deteriorate over time. And it's just I'm lucky that trying my best to preserve it. No, that is not an original Trilogy of Terror. That's the figure, that one that came out, whatever company did that. Everything else back there is screen used. All this stuff. That little Michael Myers isn't. But
Very cool.
oh, and that sphere isn't. My screen used sphere is in another room. That's just another replica one. It's just been sitting around. But
Do you own anything from The Shining? And if not, what would you like to own?
I don't. If I could own anything from The Shining, I would. If I could pick one item from The Shining, I'd probably take like Danny's tricycle. Because I used to have that exact same tricycle. I actually have a picture of me on it. The only difference was the seat was a different color. The seat was white, but I had that exact same model. It was a Headstrom Supercycle is what it was called. For all those looking, and I've been looking for one on eBay for years. Never pops up. But yeah, nothing. I don't own anything from The Shining.
The typewriter, the axe would be cool.
There's like 20 axes out there. Because there was a bunch of stunt ones. I mean, there's a photo I have. It's if you got that ginormous buff Shining book that came out, which I did get one of those. There's a photo of the prop master with just the rows of axes, and you can count at least 20 of them. And I've seen probably 6 of them go to auction, so they're out there. But who can tell you which one was actually used in what scene?
Right.
Good luck.
Or just little things like Jack's tie that has like the maze design on it and shit. I wonder if stuff like that still exists.
I don't know. The guy who did the book, the guy who did the book, who's he's the guy that does a lot of the Pixar movies. I forgot what his name is. Fuck, I can't remember his name. Anyway, that guy has a big, extensive Shining prop collection. He has Danny's sweater with the space shuttle on it and all this stuff. He has quite a few things. So a lot of it he lent to the Kubrick Museum when they were doing the exhibit. So, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, I still don't have a Friday 13th screen used mask. That's the only kind of iconic piece I'm missing.
Really? I would think that you would have had at least one of those.
I've got lots of replicas. I've got stuff out of the movie molds. I even own movie molds, but I do not have a screen used one. And you got to be careful because those are so easy to replicate. So I've had people offer them to me, but if I can't authenticate them completely, I'm not going to spend big money on them. I'm just not.
And those would be big, big, big money, I'm sure.
Yeah, But you know what? I'll live if I don't ever get one. I'm fine. The replicas look really nice. So it's just one of those things. At this point,
like,
it's just
since
trying
the
to
Blu-rays
complete.
And stuff, they screenshot all this and get every little mark on all of them. So they're very, very detailed. But yeah, man, I appreciate you taking the time out. It's always good getting you on here. And hopefully we can get you back on before, 3 years from now.
If you guys have another falling out with somebody I know, then you can invite me back.
Hell yeah.
Don't worry, we will. It won't be long.
I'll probably get a text telling me that this video needs to be taken down, pretty soon.
Yeah, but the question is by who? It could be Felsher. It could be Daniel Harris.
It won't be Felsher. You know who it would be. The same person that contacted you.
But I guess the next thing that we've got coming up a week from tonight, we are hopefully doing that auction, right? What else do we have, Uncle Bill? DEADPIT is watching episode.
I know we talked about this before we came on air, but the big prize in the auction is a date with Slippy, right? He's going to take you out to 31 flavors and get you 2 scoops. Yep. So I want to see what the date night with Slippy goes for.
Yeah, we'll definitely.
I may even bid.
Okay.
Problem is, you have to live in like Michigan, and so
no,
like
Slippy
really
comes to you.
Oh,
Slippy comes to you. Yeah,
yeah, that's part of it.
Okay.
He flies out to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. So yeah, all that coming up. A big review show coming up. Also, we gave this away tonight. I want to email the winner. Dark Knight Dawson on Instagram. Just a random winner. Nothing to it, but congratulations. This was highly sought after for quite a while. Our buddy Connected donated it to give away, so we appreciate that.
Yeah, I just picked up a bunch of new 4Ks. It's so funny. You get used to streaming. Yeah, you get lazy and you stream because it's easy. But then when you pop in a 4K and you see the difference, dude, such a difference. Streaming does not look nearly as good as the 4K stuff. Even regular Blu-rays look better than streaming.
Well, that's like we're streaming music too. It's the same way, right? Even if you listen to like an old CD, if you've got a decent setup, it sounds fucking 10 times better than Spotify. So
yeah, it's sad that I've even kind of fallen victim to that. I've got a couple buddies. I do pay towards the servers, but they have like a Plex where we have everything, and they've got multiple servers. I mean, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of titles, TV, movies, everything you ask for it, it's there. And when you have that at your fingertips, it's so hard to motivate yourself to go pull something off the shelf and put it in and try to get past the fucking FBI warnings and previews and
it's convenient for sure.
Convenience
always wins. Yeah.
Like I never thought in a million years I'd do Spotify. I was so like against it, and then my chick kind of pushed me into it. And then once I learned how to use it, I'm like, God damn, I can just pick whatever I want. You know what I mean? Shit. Okay. I still buy vinyl though. I still I got a fucking shit ton sitting down here on the floor that I haven't even listened to yet.
No, I've got
I don't put them. I don't put them away until I played them. That's my rule. So
prices on that skyrocketing too. Have you noticed that?
Yeah,
Jesus
went up
Christ.
during COVID and stayed up.
Yeah,
as people are paying it. Let's fucking keep it up, because whatever, But at least the world is doing great, right? Everything's great in the world right now.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
nothing weird's happening or
nothing weird happening.
No.
I'll try to just not
We're
watch
probably
the
living
news.
in the most harmonious and peaceful time in our existence. Don't get political. Get out. Shut it off.
Just act like none of this shit goes on. Don't watch the news or anything. You'll be fine.
Yeah, John Carpenter told us this. Obey, conform. You remember all that?
Dude,
kind of happening.
That dude was a visionary and he didn't even know it. That shit's
Real
happening
quick, though,
right now.
Real quick before we go, Sean, I'm curious because I'm huge into like hardcore like punk from the 80s. And I know that you like what are the bands from that era that you kind of gravitate towards punk wise?
I was listening to one earlier today. I just picked up this beautiful 40th anniversary of Big Lizard in My Backyard by the Dead Milkmen.
Yeah.
I love this album.
It's a great album.
I mean, my favorite from that era, Descendants. I'm a huge Descendants fan.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're just talking about punk or punk and hardcore. I don't know. I'm a huge hardcore guy. I like Cro-Mags and Excel and stuff like that. No Mercy. Bad Religion for sure. Yeah. Suffer is probably my all-time favorite punk album. Suffer by Bad Religion. It's funny. It's like I'm a huge AFI fan, but I don't like their punk era. I like their more of their later work, as they progressed into more of a melodic band.
Somebody said DRI. That's another band that I hear a lot.
I was big into DRI when they were punk and when they crossovered into like thrash. I do love DRI. Probably Crossover or Four of a Kind being my favorite record from them. If you like the Descendants, a band I highly recommend is Big Drill Car. They never got huge, but they were on Cruise Records, which is the same label that All was on, the other band that is the Descendants with a different singer, which I'm also a huge fan of All. I'm one of those rare people that kind of prefers All to the Descendants. I love them both, but I think there's just something about some of those songs. I think there's more material, to be honest with you. All did more records. There's more material. Trying to think if there's anybody else I can recommend. I mean, if you were to say like some great albums or something like, you ever heard of Farside? Not the rap band, the PH. This is just Farside, FAR side.
No.
There's an album called Rochambeau, or the Monroe Doctrine. Those are two really phenomenal records. If you kind of like that sort of, I guess you call it a little emo-ish, but it's got a punk, roots, hardcore roots. There's all kinds of stuff like that. Somebody just said Farside is dope. Yeah.
What about some Randy Travis?
What the fuck?
Mass Nerder. That's a great All album. Somebody said Mass Nerder. That's my favorite All album. If I was going to recommend one, like a first one to listen to, I'd say Pummel. I think Pummel is a good. Although All has had 3 different singers, and they're all very kind of different, so you might gravitate to one versus the other. Dave Smalley from Dag Nasty sang for them first, then Scott Reynolds, then Chad Price. My favorite singer is Chad Price, the last one, but I love all 3 of them. So great band, but batch or CD type thing or album type thing, depending on which format you buy it on, by Big Drill Car. Those are both great records, really good records. I think that they should have been bigger. They should have been as big as Green Day or Descendants, at least,
I love to hear about bands I've never heard of before.
Yeah, it's a lot of Orange County, like they were local Orange County. Trying to think. Game Face was another band a lot of people liked. I know Adam LeWoo was a huge Game Face fan. We actually went and saw them. Like, they did a reunion like 6 months ago. And he was so stoked to see them. And then they announced they were just playing one particular record, and it was one that he didn't like. And he's like, fuck! He was so mad. I think it's called Ready, Set, Go or something, I think was the album he really liked. I'm not into Insane Clown Posse. No.
What? Who the hell put that on there?
I love, obviously, Misfits and Sam Hain, and Danzig. Although I feel like the older we get and the more it's been exploited, those bands aren't as cool as they were.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. I don't know. That's all I got off the top of my head.
Yeah, there's a ton more in the chat, Uncle Boo.
Yeah.
Looking.
I think we should do a show just on like punk from the 80s. Just a podcast.
I was actually thinking about doing, and I was going to talk to Chris about doing an entire show just about music and just talk about favorite bands and like favorite albums, like guilty pleasure albums, desert island albums, which ones the people hate that you really like, I can name a few of those, like albums, like people that are fans of a certain band, like, dude, that fucking album sucks. It's like, I really like that album. It's kind of, there's a few bands like that, like people shit all over the Final Cut by Pink Floyd, but I kind of like that album. That's one.
I was going to say, if you fucking say Saint Anger, then we're going to have like,
dude, that snare sound is next level. I'm just kidding.
I've never met one person that was like defended that album. So
sound like they're beating on a pod or something.
I will say there's a song or two on that album I like, but it's not a good album.
No.
I never got into TSOL. Somebody's asked about TSOL.
What about King Diamond? You ever get into him?
I've never really got into King Diamond or Merciful Fate. I do own a record from each, you know. There's songs I really like, but I never got into them, you know, where I was like, had to buy everything and I can name a bunch of songs. I can just name a handful, you know. Never seen King Diamond live. Oh, yeah, Music from the Elder. There's one. Somebody just mentioned it. I love Music from the Elder.
People shit all over that album too. They still to this day.
Oh, dude, I'll grab my guitar and fucking play The Oath all the time. I mean, that's a badass. There's some good shit on there. I mean, you know, Paul doing falsetto isn't always for everyone. You know, I am just a boy. You know, that kind of shit.
There's some fucking albums of theirs where like they have weird like Ace Frehley did a song. I think it's on Unmasked called "Talk to Me," which is a great song. Just weird cuts like that like are on some of the albums that people hate that I feel like are actually pretty good songs too.
Yeah, Talk to Me's okay. Torpedo Girl ain't so great.
Yeah.
She's so European. She's so European.
That fucking song. I can't make that song like, you know, good in my mind. I've tried.
Yeah. Somebody's asked about Spine Shank. I like that song. What was their one hit? The video with the robot. What the fuck's that song called?
I didn't follow Spine
the Spine Shank person.
I'm
Tell
not
me the name of the
with
song.
Spine Shank. They don't get played a lot in Eastern Kentucky, if you can believe that.
Was it Beginning of the End?
No.
Okay.
Oh, they're joking about how long we're dragging the end out, I think. Synthetic. Thank you, Justin. Synthetic. That's a great song. And Johnny, I really liked it. My buddy played guitar in his band after Spine Shank called Silent Civilian. And I was around a lot during the recording of that album and when they were starting out. They're a pretty good band if you like that kind of Deftones, Korn era, nu metal, you know. Two sides of the coin is fire. I wouldn't say it's fire. It's okay. Yeah, there's some. We could talk about fucking Kiss albums all night long. Dude.
That's the thing. It really could. Yeah.
We'll do a show on Kiss at some point, maybe, and invite you back.
Yeah, Static X has a robot in the video too. Yeah, they do. But I was talking about the synthetic video by Spine Shank. It's a really cheesy looking robot. They had a budget. You could tell they had quite a budget. And Orgy had a female robot or they were robots supposedly in the Stitches video. I don't remember, but I almost played drums in that band. That's a whole nother story. That could have been me in that video.
You fucking killer.
I almost was in that band. It was that close. But
Marilyn Manson. How do you feel about Marilyn Manson?
I'm a fan. I like Marilyn Manson. I mean, I think his new stuff's been really good, and he got his shit together. He lost weight. He looks good now. He doesn't look like a fat lady. I mean, so no, he looks like he used to, you know. As far as all the the allegations and all that shit, you know, at some point you have to separate the art and the artist, you know. I mean, if you want to hate on everybody that's done something bad, you're not going to have anything you like anymore. I mean, half the shit behind you guys you'd have to throw away. You know, no Return of the Living Dead poster for you. You know what that guy did now, you know. So stuff like that. But, you know, whatever. Would I work with him? Sure. Yeah.
I think Rob Zombie would be a killer guest too. I'm sure you've probably been working on it at some point.
People have tried. People have tried, but I don't know. Never say never. He did a couple Fangoria conventions, and that's what put him off. Actually, the last one he did, he had a falling out with the promoter who was supposed to do things a certain way, and they didn't, and it pissed him off, and he said, fuck this, I'll never do another convention. And to his credit, he stuck to his word. He hasn't. So, but he does meet and greets and stuff at his concerts and stuff, so it's not like you can't meet him. You just got to make the effort.
Mm-hmm.
So. And he's always been nice to me. I've always had good experiences with him. I was backstage at his show right before Monsters came out, and I went with we were in flashback for I was with Richard Brake and Jeff Daniel Phillips, and we all went over, and he took us on the tour bus afterwards, showed us clips of the Monsters movie and stuff. It was cool. It was been really nice. So
cool.
I should try to get Field. I actually talked to Fieldy about doing conventions. He said he'd do it. He just didn't seem very enthusiastic. But he's not a very enthusiastic guy, to be honest with you. He's very low key.
Well, it's probably tough for the musicians too, because they're already like multimillionaires, most of them. So I mean, it's not the money thing. They kind of have to want to do it, I guess, right?
It depends, Not everybody was smart with their money, divorces, shit like that, So I don't know. But like Fieldy, I think the thing that's probably keeping him from being really excited about it, I mean, although I have talked to him about it and he said he would do it, it's just a matter of me pushing him into it, is I think he just doesn't want to talk about why he's not playing with Korn anymore. He doesn't, because everybody's gonna be, dude, are you coming back, bro? Because he took a leave of absence and hasn't. I think he's been enjoying the time off. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
Kind of just don't want to hear about it, I guess.
Probably not. Somebody asked if I liked the Monsters, and be honest, I enjoyed it. I actually thought it was better than. I mean, thinking about what you could do with that, how you make that into a movie that. I don't know. I thought for what it was, he did a decent job. My only disappointment with it is right when it started to get good, it ended. Like, it's like, okay, we got to now this is the meat and potatoes of it, and then it kind of ended, and it's like, oh, that's kind of I didn't really want a backstory. I'd rather have it just kind of been.
Well, it almost seemed like to me
show.
like it was a pilot for a new show. That's almost what it seemed like.
Yeah, I think he planned on doing more, and it clearly just wasn't well enough received. So. I think it shouldn't have been a movie. It should have been a series like on Netflix or something. It shouldn't have been a movie. I think it would have played better as like 25-minute episodes, like the old show,
Mm-hmm.
I think it would have been better received, but it's a weird business. You don't always get the opportunities you want, and you kind of have to take what you can get sometimes to make things happen. And I'm sure there was a lot of compromising that had to happen with that project. So, well, fuck, it's getting late. We should probably go.
We appreciate it. We had almost
dinner yet.
We had like 400 people in here at one time. So, yeah, get you some biscuits and gravy. And we appreciate it, man. Stay safe with all your travels and everything. And we will catch you guys again soon on DeadPit.com. A big thanks goes out to our supporters over at DeadPit on Patreon.com. You can get hours upon hours of great content, right, Uncle Bill?
There's so many hours of content. We've got reviews. We've got songs. We've got live streams. We've got exclusive streams. We've got non-exclusive streams. We've got streams with all kinds of celebrities and all kinds of different old shows from the past podcast, the initial incarnation of the show. All of that can be yours.
DeadPit on Patreon.com. Show us a little bit of love. Give us some money because we definitely deserve it. That Patreon page is so killer that you'll rub your bird to it on a nightly basis. It's that good.
You won't be able to contain yourself. You'll have to jerk your bird out and go crazy. I mean, that's how much content that we have. So much content that it's massive, and it will massively smack you in the face.
You'll play with your bird so much, pretty soon you'll be looking around for somebody else's bird to play with.
Hey, everybody, it's your favorite Filipino bitch, Miss Slatko Fudd, telling you about shop.deadpit.com. Simply the best horror shirts. On TeePublic, there are others, but they all suck. And it's the best goddamn deal on horror shirts you will ever see. New shirts, old shirts, all the in-between shirts. God damn it, bulls, go over the shop.deadpit.com. You ain't down with that. You can go to fucking hell.